The reasons I got into this race primarily have to do with my children. As a dad, I want to make sure they get the best education that they can get. Well, I had a really great teacher when I was in high school here in Fairfax County. He was a retired, actually I had several really great teachers, but the one in particular I'm thinking about was a retired Air Force colonel. And he was a senior researcher in the Air Force. He had advanced degrees in nuclear engineering and chemical engineering. In fact, his PhD was in chemical engineering. And he decided he really wanted to teach high school. And because of his teaching and also several other teachers that I had, I was able, when I got to the Naval Academy, to validate 5 hard subjects. This was the kind of education that Fairfax County offered to basically everybody who wanted it.
Over the years, it's become apparent that we need more people on that school board who have some professional and occupational training in how to read financial statements, how to read the annual report on expenditures, how to compare that to the way that the Fairfax County staff prepare their own budget documents with different definitions. Because if somebody cannot do that, then that person cannot be an effective school board member.
Budget is the thing that we need to work most closely on. I have a long experience working in industry, working in the largest government bureaucracies, and also in startup companies. So I know how important budget is to all the decisions that we need to make about the school system. And I have a lot of experience reading budget documents, submitting and justifying budgets, reading other people's justifications of budgets, and I have a pretty good idea of when the justifications don't really match what is being justified. That's based on my experience. Class size is really important for teachers and for students. It's particularly important for students because the more students there are in a class, the wider that middle is that tends to get overlooked. Now, what really goes on in the class and what teachers have to deal with is they have students that are at the lower end of the achievement scale and students at the upper end of the achievement scale. They have students that want to be there and please them, and they have students that they don't pay attention to will tend to cut up the class. Well, that tends to be where the teacher has to pay their attention. And instead, the kids that are in the middle are the ones that get overlooked. And if the great majority of kids are in that middle spectrum. So that's where the class size has a major effect on the level of quality of the education that gets delivered. Well, teacher turnover is another subject of large concern because it also affects the quality of the instruction in the classroom. In fact, my own children have been affected by this, and along with all the children that were in their classes. On at least 2 occasions, we had teachers that left in the middle of the school year to go to other counties in order to make more money or for better working conditions, but they left in the middle of the school year, and then our children, all the children in those classes, had a succession of substitutes to get them through the end of the year. Well, that lost the continuity and it impacted the continuity of the learning of the students. So the teacher turnover is an important thing. Those 2 things together, teacher turnover and class size, are really the most important factors in the quality of education we deliver. For example, when we hire teachers for our school system, we're looking for people that have specific qualifications, training, experience. We want the best people we can get to teach our children. We also need the best people we can get to oversee and run our overall school system. That's why you need people on the school board who understand budgets, who understand financial documents, who understand contracting, and who understand audit, so that all these things can work together so that we can fully fund our schools on a continuous basis and not come back at the end of the year with another crisis.
That's why I am working so closely with Pete, because I think he is by far the best candidate to do that. If he is elected, I know that he will be our best school board member.
I'm Pete Kurzenhauser, and I'm running for the Fairfax County School Board, Dranesville District. I hope I can earn your trust and your vote on November 3rd. Please join me and other concerned citizens to protect the future for our kids in our community. Be sure to go to the polls on November 3rd. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors. This one counts. Go all the way to the bottom of the ballot, because that's where the school board members are, and look for Pete K if you can't remember my last name. I hope I can earn your trust and your vote.